Hi, my name is Cheryl Holihan. I am one of the nurses with CSI, and I was on the trip to Hermosillo in February 2022, our first trip back after the pandemic. I want to tell you a story about one of the patients that we saw here. His name is Guadalupe. He will turn 2 in 4 days. His family lives in a town about an hour away from Hermosillo, about an hour and a half by bus. And Mom told me that, when she was pregnant, she knew something wasn't quite right. There were a couple of ultrasounds, but they could never see Guadalupe's face. It was covered by the placenta. So when the baby was born, Mom said that he was full term and everything went well, but that the doctors and the nurses were very quiet, every hush hush. She couldn't understand what they were saying. They wrapped the baby up and took him away. They came back and told her the baby was born very unhealthy, that he would probably never be able to go to the bathroom in a normal way, that he had a lot of physical problems, that he just probably was not going to survive, and there wasn't much that they could do. He was placed in the nursery. Mom was allowed to see him at the end of his second day, but then he was in the hospital, and the staff was frustrated because he was crying all the time, and they just said that we can't get him to eat, we can't get him to feed. And Mom begged them. She said, just let me take him home. I will find a way to feed him. And so she took him home. She had good support from her family. They all live in town. The grandparents live in town, and her husband and other 2 children and 1 grandchild. They all were very supportive. Just keep trying, just keep finding ways to help him. Mom heard about CSI and the things that we do, so she came to SEMA Hospital and asked for help. And Dr. Bree Roby reviewed the imaging studies, the pictures, and the records, and the decision was made that we were going to come to Hermosillo and repair the facial cleft and the lip. And Mom was so grateful because she had been told by a doctor that there will never be enough donations for this. No one will ever pay for this because there's just too much to be done. And when she heard from our team and from the team at St. Andrews, they said that yes, we can pay for this, and yes, we will provide something for Guadalupe. Mom said that she was just overjoyed. She knew that finally she was going to get help. So I asked Mom. I said, after surgery, I said, so what would you tell the people at CSI? What would you tell them about your experience with this mission? And I'm going to quote to you what she told me this morning. She called us angels. She said, I am reborn. You brought my happiness back. I am very grateful for everything that you have done for my child. It seemed very impossible that anything like this would happen. Thank you for accepting my child and for your kindness toward my child. As team members, we can be the workers that take care of these kids in pre-op and OR and post-op and teaching and helping these families. But without you donors, without the organization supporting these trips, we can't make these things happen for these families. This is one of many stories that we hear, and I can't tell you how grateful we all are to have the opportunity to participate in these missions and helping these families that have no other hope. There's always going to be more kids like Guadalupe that need us, and so thank you for your time, and thank you for your donations that make this possible. We are so grateful to be able to serve in this way. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Mira, si te fijas, trae mucha costra, todavía no se le cae bien. Ahí, mira, es donde se le abrió tantito. No sé si sea normal.